One of the truly striking aspects of this year's Basel show is how many of the works still feel incredibly timely, incredibly topical. Now, many of these works are new, and they respond specifically to the day's challenges. But many of them are older. They might be 10 years old or decades old. And yet, because of the nature of the work, they still speak to us in this very moment that we are living.
At Unlimited, we're showing Joan Semmel's largest painting to date, 24-foot long, 4-panel painting. At age 86, she is thinking about her own passing. She's reflecting on her life and the life that her body has lived.
These works are the iconic Mappe by Alighiero Boetti. They are quite literally historical snapshots of the world over a course of 25 years. And then underneath it says, questo nuovo instabile mondo che si frantumerà. This new and unstable world which will soon destroy itself.
We Come in Peace was originally made for the Met roof, this superpower that had landed on the roof to save New York, but not with muscle and might, but rather with spirituality.
Galerie Buchholz has worked with Wolfgang Tillmans since 1993, and the artwork that we're showing here at Art Basel, it's called Closer to Music. This is Michael Stipe here, Philip Glass, Frank Ocean, the Pet Shop Boys, Grace Jones. His photographs have been a real part of the way that we have come to learn to look at music and musicians.
Hal Fischer's most iconic series of works is called Semiotics. What is innovative about his work is the equivalency between image and narrative. There is no subservience of one to the other. This year, we thought it was particularly interesting to show this work, the 50th anniversary of Stonewall.
One of the really amazing aspects of the Basel show is the amount of historical material which we find on the show floor. And a great example this year is the cabinet of work by Francis Picabia at Galerie 1900-2000 from Paris.
The gallery was created in 1972 by my father Marcel, who still works today. Picabia has been lately rediscovered by contemporary art collectors. My favorite work in the show would be the dot painting from 1951. It's a very tiny painting, it's 10 by 8 centimeters. Abstract, but it's also could be a sun in the sky. I think it's a real gem.
Carolee made the eye-body photographs in the early 60s. Women were very subjugated and their sexuality was very repressed under a masculine identity still. It was revolutionary. She has changed the course of art history and how women present themselves and their bodies.
A lot of work today is made with found objects, but Rose Salane at Carolee Schneemann Gallery has taken this one step further.
These are 94 rings that were lost in the New York subway. There's this implication of scientific value, which is the DNA testing, versus spiritual value. And then, of course, we have this sort of idea of financial value with the jeweler's valuation. This one where there were no DNA findings and the psychic was not able to connect. So for me, it's got this very moving sense. These lives were lived and they're part of the fabric, but they're just untraceable.
When people think of Judd, they think primarily of the wall works, but this piece is on the floor. It's much rarer.
The use of galvanized, a material used for air conditioning, a classic example of Judd's fascination with materials.
This work is by Kerry James Marshall. It's titled Rhythm Master. He wanted to insert black figures into the whole framework of the art world.
In Unlimited, we have a major work from Yannis Kounelis. It's nearly 2 decades old, and it uses a combination of hospital beds and military blankets to create an incredibly emotional scene.
We have here a piece where you can reflect without any explanation, but it's not an easy painting which you can put on the wall. It's necessary in our times where people are always talking about art and money, that we should do something which is certainly different.
Fiona Tan's video Elsewhere is a meditation both on urbanism and dystopia.
You see all the traffic of the cars, you see all the pollution, yet her film is totally impressionist. You could really think you see a tableau of Monet. She really turns an everyday moment into something both really magical and really poetical.
If there's one thing that defines Art Basel within the art world, it's the incredibly high quality. That quality comes from the intimate relationship that galleries have with the bodies of work of the artists that they represent. Our galleries often work with artists for decades, starting with them when they come out of art school and continuing as they go on to be stars at biennials and major museum shows.